Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Nick Tan Chats, my magic and mostly mentalism review show. My name is Nick Tan, and on today's episode, I'll be chatting with you guys about something with a really cool name. This is Bringer of Light, released by Tom Phoenix. So hi again guys, welcome back to the channel, and as always, thanks for tuning in and spending some time with me today. So on today's episode, I'll be chatting with you guys about something that I personally wouldn't normally use, for my current kind of performing style. This particular release has got a kind of a bizarre edge to it, I think, which I don't normally perform, alright, this kind of material. But it's quite magical as well, I think. And even though it's not something that I would normally use, I still agreed to do the review because it's a way of revealing information. I'm always looking for, interesting ways to reveal information, and this particular thing has got a really interesting visual aspect to it, which I quite like, So when Tom actually asked me to help with this review, I immediately said yes. So this particular release is put out by Tom Phoenix, and if you recall, just a couple of episodes ago, I actually did a review for one of Tom's products called the Worker's Peak. That was actually a peak device, and I like that a lot. I gave it a really good review, and if you haven't checked it out, I do urge you to check it out, alright, especially if you're a walk-around performing kind of a mentalist, okay? So do look up the Worker's Peak by Tom Phoenix on my channel as well. So what is Bringer of Light? Okay, well, the effect is as follows, okay? In its most basic form, what happens is you have a spectator, okay? They can think of anything, it can be, I don't know, a single digit, a two-digit number perhaps, a letter of the alphabet, a playing card. Once they have that information in their mind, you take a blank billet, okay, a blank business card, just an index card. You take a lighter, okay, and you just run the flame over the surface of the index card, and you blacken the whole thing, okay, because it leaves soot on the card. And then when that's done, you then take your thumb, okay, or just your fingers, and you just graze your hand over the soot, and lo and behold, okay, in the soot itself, you will see the impression of whatever it is the spectator was thinking about. So that's the basic effect, As you can tell, it's quite an interesting way to reveal information, and because it uses, the lighter and the flame and stuff like that, I think it's got a really nice, kind of a bizarre kind of an angle to it. So what do you get when you purchase Bringer of Light? Okay, well, you get access to a tutorial video. Okay, so the tutorial video that Tom sent to me was kind of broken up into two parts, but it might be just one video for you. And on that video itself, Tom will take you through the whole method, okay, the whole handling itself. He will bring you through exactly what are the materials that you will need in order to perform a Bringer of Light. He will also give you, many examples, of the technique in action. On top of that, there are also a couple of routines, two routines in fact, that will be provided for you. One is a routine called Golden Phoenix, and the other one is called the Occultist 2, I believe. So let's talk a bit about the method, alright? The method itself, it's really simple, okay? It doesn't use like a gimmick per se, okay? It's not like a gimmick because, when you purchase this, all that you get is a tutorial video, right? So there are no gimmicks that are shipped to you with this particular product. And so, it is going to be something that you will have to go out there and source, alright? You will need a particular thing, alright, in order to make the method work. But this is going to be a really easily and readily available kind of a thing, alright? So all you need to do is to just, go out, head into a stationery store, I think I can say that much, and you will get what you need really cheaply. These are sold everywhere, I think. And once you get this particular thing, alright, you are set to perform the routine. Okay, now the routine can be performed in a couple of ways. Personally, for me, I would use the method where I preset the card. All you have to do is to prepare your index cards like that. You can prepare a couple at a time, alright, because these can just be sitting in your pocket, alright, ready to be used. So of course, if using this particular method where the cards are preset, okay, you will have to, during performance, kind of ensure the outcome, okay, that you want to have in order to use your reveal. Using this way of performing Bringer of Light, I think makes it really stress-free, and you don't have to do anything real time. So as long as, the method that you're using to ensure the outcome is fair and quite deceptive, I think this would be the method that I would personally prefer to use. For those of you who would prefer to use like a real time kind of a method, Tom teaches you a way of performing it like in real time, which means the spectators can be they can be asked to name anything, or you can, within the course of your performance, get kind of real-time information and you can set up the card during that time. Okay, so in real time you can prepare the card and then you can go straight into the reveal with the lighter and the rub as well. If you're used to performing with methods for like certain prediction kind of effects, you will have no problems doing the necessary work. But Tom does take you through a couple of methods to cover up the, shall we say, discrepancy, okay, along the way. Now, speaking of the index cards that I use for this routine, okay, I understand that this particular release is actually like an updated version of something that Tom actually put out some time ago called Black Flame. So when I heard that this was based on Black Flame, right, it immediately rang a bell, because I do recall seeing, the ad for Black Flame online some time ago. And at that point in time, I do remember that it got my interest a little bit, all right, because I think it was presented by Alexander Marsh, okay, who is a mentalist from the UK whose work I quite enjoy as well. But the effect was something that I didn't see myself using, in my own professional work, and so I didn't get it at the time. If you have Black Flame, all right, I think the main difference in this release, Bringer of Light and Black Flame, is that in Black Flame, I believe, okay, that it only allowed you to perform it with like index cards, card stock, basically, all right, uncoated cardstock. For Bringer of Light, the method allows you to use index cards, okay, obviously just regular index cards. It also allows you to use coated cards, all right, so some cards that are like glossy, or even if you're going to be using playing cards, this method will work as well. In fact, I think it will work on any kind of surface, that you can create soot on. I think, okay, if I'm not wrong, if you had, I don't know, a medallion, okay, you could make something appear on a medallion as well. Also, you could make something appear on the blade of a knife, perhaps, all right? Pick up a knife, soot it up, and then have whatever you want appear on the knife as well. So, I mean, those do kind of open up several presentational opportunities. Now, speaking of the material, I told you about the material earlier that is used to create the effect, right, for Bringer of Light. The thing is, there are, I think, like two recommended materials that Tom suggests you use, okay, for this effect. Actually, both of them can be used, but they produce slightly different effects. In one of them, when you rub on the soot, the image that appears is like black. Okay, so if it was an X, for example, you will see a black cross, okay, and it's quite clear, just a black cross. The other material that you use, when you do the rub like that, the X that appears like white. So it appears kind of like more smoky, I think, in appearance. So depending on, I suppose, the preference that you have for which look you prefer for the writing, okay, the image that appears, you can kind of use either of those suggested pieces of material. I really wanted to kind of demonstrate this for you here, I mean, there's a trailer online, so if you are really interested to have a look at what the effect looks like, do check out the trailer. I did want to perform it here for you, but I couldn't find a lighter, that was readily available, all right, because, I don't smoke anymore, okay? And so it was really difficult for me to find a lighter, and also I didn't have those materials readily available in my house. Now, speaking of the kind of, shall we call it the gaffed versions, okay, the one that uses the material to prep the cards, Tom will also teach you an interesting way, okay, of performing Bringer of Light impromptu, okay, which means you don't need those kind of stuff, okay, on you, and yet you can still bring about the effect. The effect looks pretty much the same, okay, in the impromptu version, the totally ungaffed version. So same thing, you can have a spectator name anything, you suit up the card, when you rub across it, you know, the writing will appear. While the effect looks the same, personally for me, once the card shows the impression, okay, the image that you want to reveal, in the impromptu version, I would probably kind of, I don't know, crush up the card and get rid of it, okay? Because I don't think I would be comfortable with letting the spectator handle the card, all right, using the impromptu version. All right, but all in, you know, I think it is a really interesting kind of a way to reveal information. I see this as a kind of like a modern day spirit slate effect, you know, where you know, you have kind of mysterious writing appear on the card. In fact, I had an idea, and unfortunately I can't try it out. I'm not sure if this will work, but my idea is to have two of these blank cards, okay? And once the thought is selected, okay, something is thought of, I then suit up one of the cards. I take the other blank card, place it on top, and I hand these two as a sandwich, okay, and hand it to a spectator. They place the cards in their hands, in between their palms, and I then get them to rub the cards together like that, okay? And then after a while, you know, you lift up their hand, you lift up the top card, and then the image appears in the suit on that card. I'm not sure if it works. I mean, theoretically, I think it should, you know, based on my understanding of how the method works. So I'm not sure how well it works, but yeah, you could create a kind of close-up, modern day kind of spirit slate effect that way. Alright, so that's all I have to say about Bringer of Light by Tom Phoenix. I would like to thank Tom, alright, for sending this to me so that I can chat about it with you guys on this show. If you'd like to pick up a copy of Bringer of Light for yourselves, I will leave the link in the description box down below. I believe it is going for $25 at his website. Coming up in a future episode, guys, I will be trying to do a book giveaway, okay, a mentalism book giveaway. So do stay tuned for that. I'm just currently trying to work out, you know, the little details, you know, about how best to go about doing it. Do stay tuned for that. It'll be a book giveaway in the near future. The best way to stay updated, all right, on this giveaway is to subscribe, right? Subscribe to the channel. Okay, so if you enjoyed this video today or any of my videos on my channel, if you have not been here before, do check out my content. And if you like what you see, please do subscribe to the channel. Okay, your support really means a lot to me. It really keeps me motivated, and it also helps me, all right, to continue to try and grow this channel on YouTube as well. So that's all I have for you today, guys. So till the next episode, do take care of yourselves, stay safe, enjoy your magic and your mentalism, and I will see you on a future episode of Nique Tan Chats.